What's going on, everybody? So it's been a while, right? I have been so effing busy from traveling, uh, printing. It has been insane, the amount of sales, the amount of people that call me every day and they're like, man, my Chinese printer is broken. Brother Ernest, what can you do? So I haven't gone live on the channel because I've been blocked. I lost my TikTok during this whole process. I'm silenced on Facebook. I've been banned here, and it is just growing and growing. My new TikTok that I've started has just, hit a wall or a plateau, because if you can find me on TikTok, please subscribe. Help me get to 1,000 people. I am Brother Ernest on TikTok. And today, everybody, as a lot of you know, I am a long time father's rights advocate, a long time male's rights advocate, and Andrew Tate has been taken days ago and I couldn't go live anywhere to talk about it. And this is a very shocking thing, because to me, as a father's right advocate and somebody as I call a father's right champion, we need more Tates in the world. We need more people standing up and making men be men, making our young men be strong little warriors. And there's a lot of us out there that we don't want feminine boys, right? We're men. We want these men to be strong, to be aggressive, to be smart in their decisions, and not give their lives away to stupid mistakes. We want our children to invest into the family businesses and help them grow, right? Because your child should be working with you at a young age. I can teach my children, more things than any public school can. By the time that they get 18 years old under my care, if it was full time, they could be millionaires. And I'm very bold to say that as a man with 2 wives and many children, and my young little Ernie, who's now 19 months old, all of my boys are millionaires, and they're set for life. And for me, printing has changed my life, but one thing that's never changed about who I am is that I'm always a father first and foremost, with a message to teach my children how to escape the system. So I want everybody just to stop for a moment, man, and figure out what has happened. So Andrew Tate was arrested a few days ago, being held on 30 days, and reports have come out from the media that a woman has made complaints that she has been trafficked. And there's no likelihood of this, right? When you're as rich as that man is, you don't need to traffic a single human. This is a shutdown of the system against him, and he got swatted. I've been swatted. If many of you have followed me on this channel, then you can go back years ago to 2015 when I got swatted, and 2 helicopters above me, 15 cops in the front yard. Well, multiple times on this channel I've been swatted, and it's a weird thing to get swatted, and then all allegations and charges and things fail. They fall. They don't come to fruition, and you were in the right. And during that time period, your whole life just stops. But they're not going to stop us now. There's too many men who are awake. Somebody just commented, what? Yeah, Jose, they don't, man. I was a preacher, dude. I stirred the world up many times, right here on this channel. I would go live and just set riots off in Harrisburg or anything, because I'm an anti-abortion preacher, and I preach things that are the truth. And many people that buy printers from me, they don't buy because I scare them off or something. They buy from me because they know that I'm going to tell them the absolute facts about this industry and business. But yeah, it's very, 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 very hard. So I know the Tates are going through in some sense. Only, he's going through it as a multimillionaire. And when I was going through it, I didn't have a penny, to my name, because all I did was preach. And some of the things that I said would anger people, like my hatred for, the fake nation Israel. I don't think it should exist. And so things that I've said have just gotten my house surrounded. And, you go back and look at the channel and you know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to get off topic here. Our topic is, this is the first time in the history of the world that one man has changed the course of so many young males in the world. Nobody has become more famous or sought after as a male rights hero more so than Andrew Tate. And they've locked him and Tristan up. And I'm a member of Hustlers University, and I can tell you, dude, my business has exploded just based off the tenets that I have followed in that group. And just being able to listen to some of the teachings, I've applied them to myself, and my printing game has exploded and changed so much. So I'm very, very shaken. I just printed these up right here because these orders are just flying out the door. I gotta be careful I don't knock these on the ground because they're not powdered yet. But I mean, those are epic, man. This is my own design, and of course my artist, I tell my artist, I want this here, I want that here, I want this to look this way, and he gets it done all the time. One of the best artists that I've ever encountered. And so when I found the guy, I just keep him on a monthly pay cycle because, my artist is the most important part of my business. And so we're gonna put this on a couple of tees here, or I'll probably just let this sit out. I want to get home and hang out with my little guy, wake him up, but he's still up waiting for dad. But these are epic, so if you want a top G shirt, or the Matrix has attacked me. Dude, I'm the only one who's come out with that idea, because I each time, the last time the Matrix attacked me was in 2017 on this channel, when we got surrounded and swatted. And so the phrase "the Matrix has attacked me" just rings a bell, and I knew that I had to get that, printed on something. So that's what I'm gonna do. Man, other than that, we just have to keep championing the Tate brothers, because it's a very, very, very surreal fight that they're in, and it's burning up the web. And a lot of times I don't know how to contribute other than make a shirt, or I contribute by making hoodies or posters or something like that, so I do what I do because that's how I can do it. Now, you guys know, though, that as a man with 2 wives, I'm completely different than most people. I'm doing what almost every man in the world dreams of doing, and the fight against the system is something that at times I wonder if it's even worth it. Like, can I move anywhere? Can we move to Dubai, move the whole family to Dubai? I mean, wouldn't that be interesting? You guys have to see this print. This is absolutely beautiful. These prints are awesome. So, yeah, that's what, that's also what you can print with our printers. But, if you're out there, continue to champion things, because, a lot of things that I've said that has made sense as a male and a father. No hymen, no ring. And I'm blocked on Facebook right now, okay, for 30 days because I said, I'll show you, you know, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. You know, I championed women's virginity and I lost my Facebook for 30 freaking days during this. Watch, this is all I said. Right now, can't start or join any calls for 5 days. So I was blocked from December 12th, 5 days. And over what? A man can have 10 wives and they all follow him. This wasn't as common of kings and wealthy men. This is also common of leading males among beta males. If a woman loves you, she will find another wife for you to continue copying via your offspring. It's considered hate speech. Can you fucking believe that's considered hate speech? So now a woman who helps you find more wives is considered fucking hate speech, dude? I am so sick and fucking tired of this, you know, woke agenda, dude, to literally devalue a male. We fucking built everything, man. The first printer was built by a male. I mean, in my mind, there's also a fucking funny video, right? Why, in my mind, I'll show you as well. You know, hey, Andrew Tate, you'll probably never fucking watch this, but if you do, I am rolling in my humor right now because, you know, top G is top G, but I'm top E, right? At least in my world, I'm top E. The dedication that I've made to Andrew Tate's teaching is that, listen, I think I'm not at my top game of business, right? My top game of business should be, you know, 500-600 million a year. That's my top game of business, right? I'm kind of scrounging out here, just having fun at what I do, not taking this as a real, you know, massive company, even though it is. So I'm sitting around thinking, you know, I'm happy with 40, 50,000 a month. I can change me and my family's life, or my family and I, and we've done that, you know. And they're always like, Ernest, you know, we get all these printers and you need to be out there at $1.5 million a month. And I'm like, but I don't think life can be much different if I get to that point, you know. And I certainly could, but check this out, man. This will make you laugh. I hope they don't take it down for, you know, copyright or something like that, but hold on. Alright, so what I'm going to show you guys is going to make you crack up laughing.
Y se te preguntarás por qué nadie hizo nada para frenar a los ladrones.
Let me turn that down and then look up. This is what makes me a top E. So, hold on, what did somebody just say? You're looking for a roll-in printer. Man, this is one of the best old roll-in printers you'll get your hands on. In the other room over there, there's a roll-in TrueViz. And the only difference is that the colors go from CMYK, double CMYK to CMYK, light CMYK. So you have extra colors going on. But, you know, I love roll-in printers. Check this out. This is going to make many of you laugh. Why Brother Ernest is a top E.
Here's my new fucking fuck burger. I'm no longer I'm gonna take this shit. Fuck you. Forever. Problem solved. Printers are shit. Here's my new fucking.
What makes Brother E top E, right? There's printers everywhere, and this is just one of 5 rooms, you know. Tate's slamming printers around, throwing them around, and it's printers, it's what I do, right? I think that's funny. You guys can find that on Cobra Elite's channel on TikTok. But let's see. So we had somebody wanting a roll-in printer. Yeah, dude, I still do NASA exposed videos, man. You know, this is the thing that nobody ever understood about me, and I I try to enlighten. I am, without a doubt, right, one of the first NASA liars, if you call it NASA lies, awakening people in the country, right? In 2014, there was nobody out there but me screaming NASA lies, taking nothing away from Bart Siebel. And Bart Siebel is a guy that authored the video called "A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon." And so there was nobody out there but me. I had nobody to counsel with, man. Everybody thought I was fucking crazy in 2013 and 2014 when I started to, you know, kind of wake up out of atheism and stuff like that. And I never was sure where we lived on. So I went and founded a a corporation, you know, NASA Lies, because that's what was important to me, not the shape of where we live. Of course, the shape of where we live, you know, I've changed positions on from globe. That's very cool, man. Where are you from? But you know, the shape of the globe, from flat to one day realizing, man, flat earth is totally incorrect. It's not provable by science. It's not provable by what we observe. No flat earther can explain, you know, the seasons. They can't explain the retrograde motion of the planet. I remember now what's going on. Yeah, you can't, there are so many things I couldn't understand, that I couldn't explain, and if I can't explain it, then it's definitely not correct. So now I'm on a total different idea of where we are, that I can explain things, they make sense to me. So it was always more important to me that NASA was lying than, you know, being an emphatic idiot of I cannot be proven wrong, because I don't even, I'm really kind of thinking now that we live in some type of matrix system. I'm really kind of starting to, you know, to think we live in some type of simulated world. I don't know, man. It's so like I can get lost for hours in it when in reality, you know, I just want to be home with my girls, man. And what's more important, you know, out there arguing about the shape of the earth, or, you know. Yeah, they do. Well, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, and the word knowledge wasn't the root word of a lack of learning or a lack of information. My people perish for a lack of knowledge, a lack of sexual knowledge, a lack of reproduction. And as you know, the white race is really dying off. We're going to be extinct very, very soon, which was leading me to my next statement before you mentioned that is, man, I'd rather be at home, you know, making babies with one of my wives, because, you know, now it's only little Ernie. Ernie is 19 months old. He's the last of my offspring. And, you know, he needs to be many more, you know. He needs to have 10 or 15 brothers. And so, you know, 10 or 15 brothers is exactly what, you know, my little guy needs, because as we get into this world, white people are having less and less children. And, you know, I fear what you, going back to Tate and everything I was talking about in the beginning, you know, I fear that in the next 10 to 15 years, you know, the average boy today will be nothing like the average boy tomorrow. That's what it's all about, my friend, being fruitful and multiplying. I refuse to let my children die over a lack of knowledge. As a father and as a creator to my young boys, I tell them, man, my people, my sons, my Ben, they die for a lack of knowledge. That'll never be said among my children. My children, are reproducing like rabbits, to the Creator be the glory, because I cannot ever think, if I were the last me alive. I'm the seventh Ernie, and of course my oldest Ernie is the eighth Ernie, and there's 9 Ernies. There's 9 Ernies, and we're just continuing. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm the fifth. I should know that. Praise is the sixth, and little Ernie is the eighth, and so there's got to be 15, man. There's got to be many more children. If you're out there, man, one of the greatest gifts that you can do to your children, especially if they're young boys, is add more brothers. It's the only thing we should be called for. And hey, man, if there's a pure sister out there, right, and none of my children will be birthed through tramps, right? My children are birthed through women who are as pure as the driven snow. And that's very important to me, because why would I want to birth my children, through a woman that's had a bunch of, men busting loose inside of her and kicking her to the curb? If I love my children and I only want to reproduce with the best that this world has to offer me, or that is available to me, I can at least tell my children that you're pure. No man has been inside your mother before or after you were born other than me. And that's very important, because that's what a high value woman is. A high value woman is one that has an extremely low body count. And, women should be wearing their body count on their forehead, because then they would be able to change. And it's a lot different than, you'll hear a woman say things like, well, what about the woman, or what about the man? Can the man be a tramp? When a man has sex with a woman, he is dominating and overpowering the woman, not vice versa, right? And so when a woman goes out and has sex with the man, she's opening herself up, and the relationship is completely different, male to female. Males were born to recreate. This is why a male's window of fertility is very short, and a male's fertility, it doesn't end, unless there's something wrong with the guy. So I don't know how I got off onto that, but that's what we should be looking for. We should be telling our young sons that don't reproduce with a woman, whose hymen is not intact at the point of your marriage. And women should know this, and they're just not taught these values. But that's what our requirement is. I would never have a child with a woman after I've already had children with women who are anything less than the first women that I got. I mean, anything less than a pure woman that I were to bring as a third wife is an absolute, slap to my first 2 wives, which, it makes perfect sense. But, I think as women, as they retain their purity and they pass on that importance, it's going to be harder and harder, because you're already seeing, just like the start of this video, I showed you where my video was, or my Facebook was completely blocked, because I said, a godly woman who loves her husband and doesn't want his children to ever end will find another wife for you, and that's hate speech according to Facebook. But, I could say, a woman can save you if she's a single mother with, 5 children from different fathers, and that's not hate speech or something. Give me a fucking break, man. The system is pushing women to become sexually promiscuous by the 8th grade. And if you stand up and say, and men, you try to protect your daughters by teaching them things that we know, the damn CPS and DCF will be knocking at your door, because it's okay for children to be in the 5th grade now, and all of a sudden they're questioning whether they're a boy or not. That's okay, but telling a woman to find a bride that she's compatible with you being with, and that's hate speech, but the first is not. Dude, I don't even freaking know anymore, man. I don't know. You know, I think this whole system's rigged, and you know, now the U.S. Marines are taking away the yes sir, no sir out of the curriculum in the Marines because gender neutrality. Can you believe this? I mean, what the fuck is going on in our systems? I just don't understand, dude. Schools are taking away yes sir, no sir. They don't say that at public schools anymore in Massachusetts. You know, it just, I don't know what to say. And here I am walking around a business. Somebody's going to be, yeah, I've never cared, man. I don't care if people, you know, don't want to buy from me because of my beliefs. They already know I'm a weird ass preacher, and you know, I'm going to preach what I want and say what I want because most of the people agree with me. You know, it's only these weak ass, you know, feminine boys and men out there that are the ones that don't agree with the things that I say, but most of the people, you know, we know already. So I hope I didn't show anybody's logos or anything like that while I'm around here. There's just a bunch of mine as I'm looking around, but sometimes there are business logos. So here's another one that I printed. This is pretty cool as well. This transfer is pretty cool, you know, transfers. You can use them with your iron at home or your own heat press if you want to make your own shirt or something. So, yeah, that's where I've been, man. So this week, you know, I've got to be in Jersey, and I'll be in Philadelphia delivering a printer, and that's potentially it for this week. I don't think there's anything beyond Philadelphia. Normally Januaries are slow. Just to let everybody know, if you are interested in buying a DTF printer, we have killer sales going on right now. Financing, if you're thinking about jumping in the t-shirt business, it doesn't take a lot to get into the business. I'll help you out, man. I used to go to, I think you said you were from Branson. I used to go to Branson out there, and I just cannot remember the Billy something ministries or something like that back when I was a weirdo when I was a kid. We go out there to Branson a lot, once a year or so. And that's when my wife and I were, all my children would load up. Yeah, man, just, you know, reach out, send me an email or something. You know, all my children would load up, and then we'd go preaching and end up, we'd go to Branson, Missouri, come down, stop in a couple other places, and then head back to the south. And thankfully I don't do that anymore because, man, I don't know how I would have been able to keep doing that, but somehow I did. Somehow I just keep preaching all over America, you know. Doors would open, people would call us, off we'd go. So gonna shut the printer down, dude. I've been here all day tearing it up. I got signs I'm making out there. These are pretty cool signs. I don't know if I can show you after this conversation, right? Maybe I shouldn't, but they're, you know, right down there. Those are pretty cool. I think the wrapper's left. Yeah, we're making these little magnetic signs here. It's pretty cool, huh? All sorts of stuff we're printing. Hey, the sign guy, man, if you're watching, my friend, your package is going out. I had the pleasure of printing for my friend who is, yeah, man, so that's another, there's a video that I just watched, dude. I wonder if I can make or find this video, you know, and it brought me to tears earlier, dude. I was really emotional, you know. I'm already mad at the system, dude. I can't tell you the things I would really want to do because officials would show up and lock me up. I'm so mad, dude, that they locked this man up without any justification because the amount, what I think it was is there are so many people that have subscribed to Tates War Room, and I'm one of them. The company subscribes to Tates War Room, right? And it's $50 a month, you know? And so I sit there and think to myself, man, how many millions of men were subscribed into the real world, the war room. You know, millions of people, well over 10 million people, no doubt, dude. So subscribe to the war room, dude, and to the real world. Learn some values about being a man. Because, dude, no, there are very few people who will speak up, and you guys know, you've seen me war against, you know, the Department of Children and Families, and you've seen me on this channel. They locked Tate up, something to do with the U.S. Embassy, and you know, it's a woman that made up a lie, and that she was brought over from America or one of the countries to make videos and stuff. And you know, these women, it's what got me making this video earlier, is that, you know, 92% of restraining order cases are built on falsities against men. 92%. It's on a Bureau of Statistics. And 87% of restraining orders are without physical violence. And, you know, it just, goddamn, these women, dude, the things that they do to young men. And what blows me away about mothers, dude, is that they don't warn young men who are 16, 17, 18 years old of the dangers of these piranha women. You know, they don't warn them, because most of the mothers out there have lied against the father and taken away the father from the child. And so they're not warning these young men against the dangers of women, you know, and why they should not get legally married. And if the woman has no hymen, then there's no commitment of marriage, and they're not doing it. So that, and it's a shakedown by the United States government, because there's no other reason that the U.S. Embassy got involved. And man, I fucking hate this country, dude, what it's become. And there has to be strong men. Men built everything. Everything we live and survive in our system of life was built by a man. And dude, men are under attack in such a way in this country, dude, that I don't even know what to say, man. On my TikTok channel, I am Brother Ernest. I can't put the video here, and the video that I put up, man, was me in front of an elementary school. They're flying gay flags, LGBT flags at elementary school in our area, and they're, you know, in flooding the school. You go through banners of LGBT at an elementary school. And so on my TikTok channel, I am Brother Ernest. You can watch this video, man. The cops get called on me, and I just keep saying, man, elementary schools are not the place that we need this discussion, man. These things are offensive to Muslims. You know, a Muslim walks into an elementary school and there's an LGBT flag and banners in the school all over, dude. That's the most offensive fucking thing I've ever seen, man. It's akin in my mind to, you know, a school having all sorts of religious beliefs and stuff like that. And so, dude, we are under attack, man, in America. We're under attack like we've never been before by this woke mob group. And, you know, this could be business suicide for me, but I don't care, man. I print for fun, you know. I print for the love of what I do. And first and foremost, I'm always a preacher of truth, and I'm always on a search and a quest for truth. So at any given time, dude, if this starts to take over my life to where it's not important to me anymore, then I go a preaching, I'll just go off and doing it again, which brings me to another point, that in order to raise your sons and your daughters away from the system and out of the schools, I have to keep my mouth shut, and I have to be, wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. And I don't know how to be that person, man. I don't know how to be quiet. I don't know if I want to be quiet, but they have pissed me off so bad, dude, by locking Tate up and Tristan up, that, dude, there's a part in me that wants to riot, dude. I mean, like, but who do I riot against? Who's it blame? And so my heart is broke, dude, for my brother. I know what it is to sit in that place, man. Yeah, dude, I won't ever forget the Creator, dude. I can't, And to my friend, eye candy signs, this is your package going out, man. I'm so sorry it's taken me so long. And it's a nice product in there, by the way. So I'll get that out to you, I promise. It's getting boxed up, and long story behind that. And I'm very frustrated, man. I'm worried about our young men, dude. I am so worried. I'm just mind blown that in today's time we can't be proud of being a man, proud of being masculine, and proud of raising masculine young men, children that are little warriors, and anything other than that, it's like you're a terrorist. The system hates us. I'm done, man. I don't know. Happy printing, everybody. And all I do is I part of this is that I print what makes me happy, and that's about it. Hey, Tate, you can't run printers, dude. I'll run printers for you all day long, man. I'll take over your whole print operation. We'll be all right, Everybody out there, man, stay strong. You fathers, stay strong. Be a leader. Lead by example, man. I promise to double my operation this year. And, I promise to teach more people about printing. And, I just hope that we as men, get through this woke mob that we're dealing with, and we're gonna win, right? I don't know what it is to lose. We're gonna win this war, and they're gonna release Tate and Tristan, and he'll always be in my Hall of Fame, and they can't hold you forever, dude. They've got nothing on you. If they had something on you, you'd be indicted already. And I say that as a man that's been in your shoes a bunch of times, dude. So it's going to be rough getting out, but you've got people that'll help out in millions of ways. Anyways, on that note, man, hug your sons tonight. Go give them a hug while they're sleeping. If you're going to be like me, right? My wife's off tomorrow. I'll go wake the baby up. It's time to play. That's right, man. That which we sow, we'll reap, man. I'm a good sower. I sow good crops. I know I do, man. All of my sons are millionaires. The rest of their life is taken care of. And I can rest as a dad knowing that I fought the Matrix many times, and I lost, and I fought the Matrix many times, and I've escaped, right? So, on that note, be strong, man. I love you, right? And free Top G, show your support, print something, give something away, let the world know, man, that we're not going to lose as fathers, man. We don't. We're fathers, we're warriors, and we're leaders, man. If I lost you on this one, it wasn't for you. He who has an ear, let him hear, right? All right, man. Free Top G. Peace out, everybody.